A really common thing that people are concerned about when they want to start a calisthenics program is if I want to do weights or I want to tailor a program to my life, what would that actually look like in its first week? So we have Keith, who recently just joined the team. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at his coaching form that he filled out. I'm going to analyze the information. And he's also sent a little bit of some videos so I can also scrub through as well. And then I've built out the testing phase program for him, which I'll show you. And then I'll explain to Keith and to you guys at the same time exactly what the testing phase program will be like. So Keith is 27, 178 centimeters, 78 kgs, and he's a guy. And 78 kgs is a good amount of weight if you're 178 cms, because I typically just look at the height minus 100. And if that's the same number or below in terms of kilos, then it's not going to impact you too heavily for calisthenics. Because in calisthenics, your main goal, such as, Keith, you want to do planche, handstand push-ups, and muscle up and front lever. If that's your goal, then that weight is completely fine. He wants to get functional fitness and strength while mastering calisthenics skills. That's awesome. And he seems like he has already been doing push-up variations, dips, pull-ups, and some weights. But he doesn't mention any planche-specific exercises or any handstand push-up specific exercises. So the point of this programming and the tools that I'm going to give him to achieve his skills is going to be explained in the video. He has a good level of experience, can do 10 to 15 pull-ups. That's really nice. 30 plus bodyweight push-ups, 20 to 30 bodyweight dips. I'm liking what I'm seeing. He has bars, bands, parallettes where he has axis. That's important. And he usually trains 4 to 5 days in a week. And yeah, he wants to do weights. So that's the target, is lacking muscle groups, because of course, we want to look aesthetic while doing bodyweight skills. It's one thing to have planche, handstand, front lever, and all these skills, but you don't look jacked or you don't look ripped while doing it, then, it's just good to have those things. And I'm going to cater it to Keith over here. Now that I've looked at his form and I've analyzed the information that he's given me, I've actually told him to give me an understanding of his mobility. So he did some shoulder mobility stuff, and I could see, yeah, he's able to do the handstand without any interruptions because his shoulder mobility is nice. And then his knee mobility is nice, so that means I can implement exercise such as sissy squats. He wants to do weights for his legs, by the way, so I've incorporated that in the program. Nice. Much more ankle flexibility than me, because I broke my ankle 2 years ago doing calisthenics, so I have to use plates to elevate my heel if I want to do squats. Like today I was at the gym and I literally got 2.5 kg plates, put them underneath my feet and did squats. If you're someone that has injured the ankle, then that's what I'll prescribe. But since Keith's ankle mobility is rock solid, then he doesn't have to do that. And also he's got good hamstring flexibility. So that's nice. Let's go into the program now. Keith, this is going to be your test program. The way that it's structured is we have handstand practice daily, because handstand is a skill-focused movement and it's not going to involve you using too much fatigue or like burning yourself out. So you can do handstand practice every single day, and just like playing the guitar, just like playing the piano, you want to do this frequently because it's a skill. Then with day one, we have push focus. So I want you to do your push day warm-up. I then want you to do your handstand practice. And then the first thing I want you to do is handstand push-up. I know that you won't be able to do freestanding handstand push-up straight away, but within this video that Matt has really carefully curated and put inside his calisthenics app, he has different progressions to handstand push-ups. So, just have freestanding, or you can do pike push-ups, or you can go like elevated on the chair, or you can even go against the wall. I just want you to show me what level you're at currently for handstand push-ups. Then we have banded straddle planche. Now you say that you want to learn the planche, but I don't really have an understanding of what level you're at in terms of bands and understanding. So we're at the banded straddle planche to test where you're at. We're at tuck planche push-ups to see what your raw pushing power and bend time power is. And these exercises might seem like they're pretty raw and they're pretty hard, but it's your first day. And since this is when you're most fresh, so I want to see what your strength ceiling is like. Now, I don't expect you to do these perfectly. I want you just to perform them to your best of your ability, because what I'm going to collect and what I'm going to understand from the first types of videos that you'll get uh, is going to set me up for the personalized program that's going to come the week after. Then we have planche lean, which will show me how good your form is for planche. And we have weighted pull-ups, which will be part of your weighted conditioning to get you in that aesthetic build. And weighted pull-ups are really good because they're compound movements, so you don't have to do a bunch of different exercises. And they widen your frame, so you'll be looking aesthetic because you have that nice V taper that you see most Greek statues have. Thanks so much. Go and dig into that, you fat fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm not usually this mean to people that aren't cam. Right. So if you work on weighted pull-ups or compound movements, so you work your forearms, you work on your back, and then you create that wide V taper because you get that width. And so this is the most bang for your buck movement if you want to get into calisthenics. So if your goal is also to muscle up, doing weighted pull-ups will help you build up explosivity. So exercises such as lat pull downs, they won't give you that same effect than if you were to do weighted pull-ups. Now for the pull focus day, we have a pull day warm-up, and then we have inverted rows. The reason why I want you to do inverted rows is because I want you to train elbow drive. Elbow drive is going to help you with muscle ups. It's going to help you with weighted pull-ups. And not many people really work on just trying to get that elbow back. So if we go into the inverted row, you can see that Matt is really just driving his elbows back behind his body. And I want you to do that explosively. Next up is front lever variation. With this video that Matt has prepared for you on the app, it shows all the different things that you can do when it comes to front lever. I want you to show me where you're at right now, okay? And then what I'm trying to hold, this is a special exercise I've implemented. I don't expect you to get it first go, but even if you can try just to hold your chin above your supinated hands, which is chin up grip, and have a few fingers come off. If you can have like one finger hold on like this, just give me an understand like what your top range check is and what we can actually work on. Advanced stuck press is also challenging, but I want you to give this your best shot. Explosive pull-ups, this is going to be a really good prerequisite for learning the muscle up. And then weighted chest dips. So this will be building your anterior delts, your upper, lower, mid chest, and your triceps are also going to get a nice squeeze when you're doing the weighted dips. And this is the part in your program where it's more catered towards aesthetic. False grip hangs, I want to see how good your false grip is, because as you may know, you need that for the muscle up, and you also want to do that if you want to do front lever pull-ups, which is something down the line. Legs and handstand work. So obviously practicing handstand at the start, then you do your lower body day warm-up, and we got pistol squat variations. So this is for your functional fitness, because if you do your leg movements on one leg, it requires balance, and that works on your extra stabilizers. Then you have sissy squat variations. You can do this weighted as well. Like you put weights up there, but even like 8 reps for me is really hard for sissy squat. So play around and have fun with that. The technique is obviously in the video over here. Then we have the Nordic curl variation. It's really good to do bodyweight exercises because they can push you. They're actually functional because they require you to do stabilizers, and movements like the Nordic curl, it's good to be strong at this, because then if you go on holiday or you go to the park and you don't actually have access to a gym equipment that works on your hamstrings, you can still get a really solid workout with this hamstring variation. And it's bloody hard. Like Matt is super strong at this and it looks super cool. It's also really effective for lengthening your hamstrings and also contracting on the way up. Remaining deadlift. So this is where we're going to implement weights, because that's what you said that you're open to doing, and we're going to provide on that front. Remaining deadlift, we got a tutorial on this, just to focus on that eccentric portion of the hamstrings. And then heel elevated goblet squat, more of a quad focus squatting movements, and this will be brilliant for you if you want to develop the aesthetics in your legs. Because not everyone wants to have just like pure skinny legs for calisthenics. Like my mate Tyler, he always goes to the gym and he trains calisthenics. And it's just good balance, you know. Like with leg training, if you guys are interested, when you train your legs, it's 50% of your body, and the legs comprise of lots of different muscle groups. So if you're trying to increase the testosterone, if you're trying to build lean muscle mass and increase your basal metabolic rate, so you can, you know, eat more calories uh, without putting on fat, then training the majority of your muscles and also, um, you know, improving your hormone balance is going to be needed. Leg training will assist with that. Then you have your day 4 upper body warm up, and then you do banded front lever press. We're going to be moving into dynamic exercises front lever. I don't know if you've done any presses before, but this will be a good introduction. Planche string push up will show me exactly what your level for bent arm pushing strength for planches, but it's not as hard as tuck point push ups. So now that it's a 4th day, we're going to take things down a notch and just really get into the nitty gritty for progressions. Uneven pull up, a really great exercise to supplement your weighted pull ups. And guys, keep in mind, like body weight exercises will still give you aesthetics. That's why calisthenics is king. The only thing we're doing is we're just combining weights. Weights can be fun, but obviously we're experiencing a shift in lots of people's training goals in 2025 going into 2026. You guys no longer just want to have muscle mass, and you don't just want to have the aesthetics. You want to have the strength and the functional fitness aspect of it in your routines. So uneven pull-ups, amazing for muscle building, but also a good segue into or bridge into one-arm pull-ups. Floating pike push-ups. This movement, goated. It will help you get handstand push-ups really, really fast. Since that's a goal, Keith, we're going to smash this out. Then bent over row, a really solid movement for just weights. Matt's explaining that over here, but just targeting that mid back, really work on the elbow drive, but now you have that weighted component. And of course, you guys always see bodybuilders doing this movement. It's just 2 plates on a barbell, as simple as you can get. I don't like to complicate things when it comes to training. I just like the old school method. It's a nice free weight movement, and you're not doing like weird stuff that like JPG coaching is doing with like, you know, cable machines and all this nitty gritty technique. Just keep things simple and just keep things functional as well. Then barbell bicep curl, working your biceps, good supplements, because we're going to be doing lots of planche. We're going to be doing lots of weighted pull-ups. We're going to be doing lots of some weighted chin-up, one-arm pull-up work, which will then carry over onto the muscle-up as well. And so bicep curls, great way for getting aesthetics and also being the glue that ties everything together for your calisthenics program. Then we have the last day, which is handstand push-up again. The reason why I want you to repeat doing your handstand push-up variation is because when it comes to calisthenics and strength, frequency is also a huge component to strength building, because when you do things the first time, you might not have that coordination, but if you do things later on in the week, you might actually be stronger than the first time you did it. So keep that in mind when you're doing calisthenics moves. Just because you're more fatigued and you did it early in the week doesn't mean you could be stronger later on. Banded front lever, I want to see what band you can do for front lever and hold it for a little bit longer. So instead of that 3-second to 5-second rep range, I want you to do the 5 to 10-second rep range, or hold the whole time, whatever. Banded advanced tuck, really good gateway move into getting into banded planche variations. And I have a tutorial on this. Then I want you to do dumbbell chest press, incline bench press. You lick your fingers, boy. And then this is going to work on the weak points for your dumbbell chest press. You good? Because calisthenics is notoriously known for not working on upper chest. And if you can't do handstand push-ups and you don't really have that method of progressively overloading, you're not going to get that nice top shelf on your body. So dumbbell chest press on the incline bench is going to be the best way to go about this. Then we have easy bar skull crushers. I want you to do skull crushers because the long head portion of your tricep is severely underutilized in calisthenics. I can't really think of any movement besides straight arm touch on front lever where you're, or Victorian, where you're using your long head tricep. And as a beginner, you want to, look massive while doing cool stuff. And so skull crushers is going to be your best friend for working this portion. So we've gone through your coaching form, Keith. We've gone through your testing phase. I want you to do all these exercises and just imagine you're going through like a week of training. And then just like what you've done for your mobility tests, I want you to send them onto the WhatsApp group. And then I'm going to actually initiate a review. What a review looks like for your first week of actual training using your personalized program will be similar to what Darren is doing. So I'll plug his video right now so you can see a comparison. And this is not to just show you like what your level is compared to Darren. This is just to show you like how structured I want you to be when it comes to posting your videos and when it comes to you providing your thoughts and details, and then also kind of see how I work. So the more clips that you send to me, the more value I can actually provide to you, Keith. The last thing that we have to cover is blocks. So when you have goals such as trying to learn the planche, trying to learn the handstand push-up, trying to learn the muscle-up, and trying to learn the front lever, it can be really overwhelming. And when things are really overwhelming and the goal is really big, your nervous system downregulates, which means that you get a little bit lazy or you procrastinate or you try to put things aside because you're trying to cope with the fact that this goal is so huge and so fast. So what we do is we break things into blocks. So block 1 is going to be this testing phase plus 3-4 more weeks. And we're going to be refining the technique. So making sure that your form is correct, making sure that you're doing the basic progressions, making sure you're going through a chain of command and you're making the habits of posting your videos, receiving feedback, and then actually acting on it. Then block 2 is we're going to build off that. We're going to create your goals that you're going to try to hit. And this is when you actually start to see awesome progress and you start to get the muscle up, get the handstand push up, and you're going to be making headway towards the planche. Then the third block, this is when we start to develop the foundation. You'll be so knowledgeable in calisthenics. You're going to be so strong and you're going to be crushing all your goals that people will literally look up to you. Your friends, your family, people that are in the gym, they will come to you for advice. And you'll be able to understand all these concepts I explained to you, such as PTTB, such as the two-pronged approach, leverage-based movements, and all these mindset cues that will be able to take someone else from point A to point B. So just to reiterate, block 1, refining, making sure the form is right, making sure the communication is good, and that you are, well underway into this program. Number 2, actually seeing results, refining into scaling. And then number 3, you'll develop knowledge that is so vast, so broad that you'll be able to teach someone else. And in that sense, your knowledge will be bulletproof for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, however long you want to continue doing calisthenics. So thanks so much for watching this review. For you guys that are still watching, we basically have a school community and it's called the Game of Calisthenics between Matt Byers and I. Keith got added to this as well. And Keith, you can post just like what Marx is doing, what Max is doing, and what Bjorg is doing right now. And if you don't want my feedback and you want other people's opinions on your form, feel free to put it onto this chat because you'll get lots of responses and you will have a community to keep you accountable as well. And every single week, you can actually jump on a call with me. So Keith, if you want to actually see me on the screen instead of me giving you these reviews, then every Wednesday in Brisbane time, 11 to 12 or 6 to 7 p.m., I can review your form or I can give you advice, just like what we're doing right now. So join the school community, link in the description below. If you want just programs to get you started, then you can go into Calisthenics program in the classroom section. But if you want to be like Keith, then you actually want a personalized approach, and you actually want me to dip my fingers into your life and to create this system that is bulletproof and that will be able to yield those results immediately, then message me on Instagram and we'll sort everything out.